Hey guys, this is your host Adi and welcome to Comic Space where we talk everything Marvel and MCU, and we finally have Ant-Man the Wasp Quntammania official trailer, and today we are going to break it down every single thing. That trailer just left me speechless and has to be one of the best trailer by Marvel Studios. Trailer was filled with Easter eggs and references, and there are very crucial details that we have to talk about. So let's not waste any time and let's dive into it straight away.
You're an interesting man, Scott Lang. You're an Avenger. You have a daughter. But you've lost a lot of time, like me. We can help each other with that. Who are you? I'm the man who can give you the one thing you want. What's that? Time.
Opening of the trailer is pretty much what we have already seen in the teaser. Scott is touring worldwide promoting his book, and he is a much of a celebrity now in the MCU. The much interesting thing here is the voiceover of Kang in the background. When Kang meets Scott for the first time, Kang offers Scott the one thing he really wants, and that is time. The time Scott lost in the quantum realm during the blip. When he was stuck in the quantum realm, the time he lost with Cassie for 5 years. And a matter of fact, when Cassie calls Scott in the beginning of the trailer, you can see he has a younger photo, implying that he feels like a loss of time and he would love to have that time back with Cassie and with his family again. And I believe it is just not the blip, but also the lots of time he lost before he became an Ant-Man, and before an Avenger he spent a lot of time in the jail. And Kang also says that if he doesn't help him, he's gonna erase whatever he calls life. So Scott doesn't have much of a choice there. But the one question also arises that why Kang the Conqueror needs Ant-Man's help. So we are going to talk about that later on in the video. Now I would like to talk about Chronopolis. Chronopolis in the comics is the city which Kang built, and it's a base for Kang the Conqueror, which exists out of space and time, and quantum realm also exists out of the space and time. And we spend a lot of time talking about how Kang's technology replicates the 10 rings and Kamala's bangle in the first teaser breakdown. So my spider sense is tingling and I'm sensing a very serious connection between Kang the Conqueror and Shang-Chi's 10 rings. And I do believe Shang-Chi's 10 rings are going to come out very handy in the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. All these artifacts that we are seeing now in the Multiverse Saga are going to be very handy in the main event of the Multiverse Saga. And now let's talk about Kang the Conqueror and his powers. And one of the thing I like to point out is whenever Kang is using his power, his eyes glows. And Kang is not the first person to have glowy eyes while using his powers. But the matter of fact, if you look very closely, you can see that the actual power is actually flowing through his suit and then it actually reaching him. So Kang actually does not have any type of natural superpowers. The powers that he have, it is his suit and it is his brain. Kang the Conqueror, it is from the future and he have all of the futuristic technology that he needs. And the matter of fact, to top it all of that, Kang is master of time. He have reached to every universe, every timeline and all of the resources those universes hold. So all of the powers that he have, the major power that he possess, Kang the Conqueror is much like Tony Stark, but the main difference is that he is a villain and Tony Stark is a hero, but he is incredibly smart. He have this incredible technology and all his incredible resources. And now let's talk about MODOK. MODOK is finally here in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Marvel Studios actually revealed MODOK is going to be in Ant-Man the Wasp Quntammania at last year's San Diego Comic Con. But that was just an exclusive look for the people who were attending Comic Con at that time. And now we have an official look at MODOK, and I gotta say, man, MODOK looks menacing. With his armor on, he looks a total menace. And you can see his face without the armor, and the matter of fact, it is Darian Cross as the MODOK from the first Ant-Man film. And he is probably going to hold a serious grudge against Ant-Man in this movie, because of the Ant-Man, he died so gruesomely, and because of him he have become like that, or just a floating head. Now let's talk about why Kang even needs Ant-Man's help, because he is Kang the Conqueror. One of the reasons that I feel that Kang needing help of Scott is because he is stranded in the quantum realm, and he needs a power source, probably for his time chair that we got in look of by Empire magazine. And I gotta say that time chair is pretty lavish and it is pretty shiny time chair. And Ant-Man is the only person that can reach that power source, or it is because Janet Van Dyne is the one who knows where the power source is actually is, and she is the one who can help Scott reach it. So throughout the trailer we can see that Jen is pretty terrified by Kang, because she knows what Kang is capable of, and he is the guy who can literally rewrite existence, and that's why probably Scott actually decides to help him. But spoiler alert, he lies, and he is probably going to need that power source so he can travel to timelines and multiverse to keep his conquering going. So as we go to the end of the trailer, we get to see some mind-blowing stuff like Ant-Man literally getting ripped off into two Ant-Man. And the first time I saw it, I was like, are they doing the multiverse storyline? Are we going to see variants of Ant-Man from another universe? But I do not believe that they're going to do the multiverse. But it is our 616 Ant-Man that has been ripped into two Ant-Man. It is some sort of looks to be a cloning, and just like that we have seen millions of Ant-Man trying to get to that power source, a millions of clones of our 616 Ant-Man. And the another thing also could be, there is a term in quantum physics, superposition, which means an atom or a molecule can be present in different position at the same time until it is been observed. And we can talk about quantum physics in another episode, but I believe it can be one or two, or it can be a totally different thing. And the matter of fact, the power source that all these millions of Ant-Man are trying to reach, it is a huge power source. And if you look closely, at the end of the scene, you can spot that Scott is actually trying to make it smaller by using PIM particles. So, at the end of the trailer, we get to see a hand-to-hand combat between Ant-Man and the Kang the Conqueror, and it looks like both of their suits are not working, or they are just not using it, and they are going hand-to-hand. And matter of fact, Kang the Conqueror in the comics is literally the master of hand-to-hand combat. And you can go ahead and add one more thing to Kang the Conqueror's superiority. And that hand-to-hand combat scene, it literally looks like Jonathan Majors brought Damian Anderson from the Creed 3. The only difference here is he is beating up Paul Rudd and not Michael B. Jordan. And it is just insane how Jonathan Majors is portraying Kang the Conqueror, and he's killing it totally. Well, that's it for today's guys, but be make sure to grab that subscribe button before you go so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel or the MCU update. Thanks to listening to me. This is your host Adi signing off. See you in the next one.